Let's get into a beautiful divine feminine reading. I just want to say in my channeling right now, I feel such good energy from you. Healing, like you've been healed of something. Positive, happy vibrations are coming into your reading. I just get a sense of lightness and relief and clarity. Yeah, definitely get that. All right, so let's see what's going on with the feminine. Please, Spirit, guide and direct me in these tarot cards to deliver a truthful and honest message for the divine feminine twin flame energies. Now, you twin flames can be in union or you can be single. It's fine either way. But this is your divine feminine energy and a twin flame journey. Hi, Ellen. Hi, Peaches. I'm so glad to see you. Hi. And of course, your questions are free today, so don't worry about that. But for everyone else coming in, they're $66. If you'd like to have a question answered, we can ask the cards for clarity. Spirit, guide and direct me right now. Use these cards. Oh, wow. It's ironic, the first card that comes out, and I feel such positive energy from you. Positive, clear, happy, lightweight energy. So I'm kind of surprised, to be honest, that the Tower came out. But then we have here this Page of Swords and Judgment with the Knight of Wands in the reverse. So I want to say, as we just start to come in about your situation today, it looks like you've been dealing with someone that has been in and out passionately, just very, very vigorously, passionately in and out of your life, okay? And I feel like this Tower was really just a fight, a conversation. Maybe you had it over text, maybe it was in person, but it was quick and it wasn't deep. It was not a deep, deep, deep thing. It was just, you know, an irritation and some judgment that came from it. Somebody felt judged, somebody made a judgment, a decision, and somebody said, that's enough. Someone literally was like, time's up, that's it, that's enough. I'm done. I'm out of here. I'm not going to hear it anymore. I'm not going to tolerate this. I don't want to talk to you about it. It's not up for discussion. Bye. Like, you either hung up the phone very quickly, you didn't respond on a text message, or you walked away. Or perhaps they walked away. Perhaps they hung up on you. Perhaps they didn't respond. But something crazy recently happened. And you know what? I think with Judgment there, you kind of feel it's for the better. You've made a decision. And you're like, that's fine. I'm really done with your Knight of Wands behavior. I'm attracted to you. I want you. I feel passion for you. But I don't feel that what's been going on is okay. So you're putting your foot down. And that is the Judgment with the Tower. You're like, that's enough. And I do feel it came from you. But, you know, it is possible that it came from your partner. I'm not going to shut them out and say they didn't make the mutual decision or they didn't make the decision at all. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying the universe kind of participated in saying, hey, are you done yet? Because you should be. There's two people falling out of the Tower and then one over here. So I also feel there's been a lot of drama about three people, whether it's a mom, dad, and a child, or a third-party situation as far as lovers. But I just feel like one person's going their own way and two people are going their own way. I kind of feel like if it's a lover's situation, the couple that gets left alone, that kind of stays united in the fall, I definitely see they're going to get struck by lightning a couple more times. Like, their karma's not over. I do want to say that I think you're being watched. through their phone somehow. Through their phone, they're watching you in some way. They may even reach out after this breakup, after this argument. They may reach out again. Karma's going to come down pretty hard on the situation. Spirit's involved, and I kind of get the feeling Spirit doesn't like what Spirit sees. Let's go ahead and clarify some of these energies and just kind of see what they mean for you. Wow, the Tower is about the devil. Page of Swords is the world. They're watching you online 100%. So if you have social media, they're tuning in. This Judgment is a new decision, but more than anything, it's a new desire to say enough. Judgment to me is somewhat of an ending, but it also brings up the past. It always brings up the past. That's why it has a lot to do with karma, you know? That's why the Book of Scrolls is right here, the Book of Names. And he's going to heaven here. He's being judged. Are you going to be able to cross and stay here? Or are you going to go somewhere else? You know, it's your deeds are being looked at, judgments. And so I totally feel that you've been looking at someone's deeds, their decisions and their choices. And with the wand, it's just a very powerful, creative drive to do something different. And it's basically saying, I don't want to go back and repeat with you. Show me this Knight of Wands in reverse. Six of Wands, honor. There's the Magician. He's been coming out a lot in a lot of people's readings lately. The Six of Wands supporting that Knight of Wands in reverse is like, you win. You win. You get what you want. Go the wrong direction. See how far it gets you. That's really what I'm getting from that. I'm feeling it. See how far it gets you. Bye. Go. You made your choice. You made it. You made your choice. You made it very clear. You want to stay stuck with the devil. You want to stay stuck with the karmic. Clear choice. Fine. I'm done. I'm not doing it anymore. I'm not playing games with you and your karmic anymore. That's over. World card, Tower, Judgment, done. Major Arcana, major cut off. It's funny though, I don't see any swords, which surprises me because I think I'd see a sword. Besides that one, you know, like an Ace of Swords, Ten of Swords, you know, something like that to clarify this cutoff. But no, we got the page. And it's just, it's a small conversation. It's nothing deep, like I said. And it's like, okay, fine, I'm fed up. And Divine Feminine, you are done with the devil. You are done finally with what has held you back karmically for so long. I feel like you've been dealing with this person just for ages. This person has come in and out of your heart, in and out of your life, your family, for a long time. And you've been in love with this person. You've been sexual. You've been intimate. You've been passionate. You've been affectionate. You've been supportive. You've put in the work. There's a lot of dedication here. You've revived, because that's all the wands. You have sprung back to life this relationship so much. You've resuscitated. a dead relationship so many times. Somehow, by the grace that you have in your heart, you've brought back to life this relationship when it would have died without you. And so at this point, you're just like, really, after all that, after all this, you're still wanting to be connected. You still want to come in and out. Knight of Wands, after all this, after all I've done. Like, that's okay. Magician, Nine of Pentacles. I'm going to go on my own. I'm going to go strike out on my own. Ace of Pentacles. I love that. Ace of Wands. This is all brand new positive energy for your feminine side. There's the ending of the relationship, Two of Cups. You ended it with this person, and it could have been a karmic partner, or it could have been a partner that was with a karmic. Either way, you're done with your karma. You're finally moving on and progressing and stepping up and growing. You are in your King of Wands era. You know who you are. You know what you deserve. This is your worth. You're not playing games. Three Swords, that's what it was all about. Okay, third party. That's what it was always about. You're done playing games. You're done accepting crumbs, little pitiable offers, tiny little offers. You know, look at this Page of Cups. I created this deck, by the way. You get a free question if you purchase my deck. So go on to my website, jks1111.com. Purchase this beautiful, one-of-a-kind, limited edition deck. You're going to love it. It speaks to you. It literally comes to life for each person differently, and let the cards talk to you. It's very powerful in your hands. I made it so that way. But look at this. The cup, the chalice, rose gold, is sitting here very small in comparison to the door. It's almost a miniature cup, like for a doll. You know, it's just tiny. And it's at the bottom of the door. The light's coming out from underneath the door. And it's very humble. You know, it's on a wooden floor. And there's a message, a little letter, sealed. You know, this is a small message of love. It's a small offer. It's, again, nothing big, nothing major. It's just, it's very heartwarming, right? And that's what all you've ever had. Just small gestures. Nothing big. Nothing like, will you marry me? Can we move in together? Do you want to be together? You know, nothing major. This is just small. I'm thinking of you. What are you doing? Do you want to get together? These are invites. These are little expressions of love, kisses, hugs, you know, affectionate gestures. That's what this is. And you've never gotten more because it's always been this third-party drama, and you've had this Five of Swords conflict for ages between each other, these ongoing fights, always including the third party, and you've always felt like you were never chosen, that you were just an option, and that this person never made up their mind about you. So Ace of Cups in the reverse. They threw out your love. This person dumped out your heart's love like it meant nothing to them, right? He just dumped it out like everything you were offering was nothing. And really what you were offering was everything, King of Cups. You literally offered all your love, all your loyalty, everything you built up for what? And it's so sad because this is exactly what happened to Rhett Butler in Gone with the Wind, which is why I picked him for King of Cups. He was the most giving, most loving, most affectionate man. He was a wonderful father, top of the line, best father ever, best husband ever. He was loyal. He had a lot of money. He worked for it. He bought her everything she desired, made her a beautiful home, dressed her well, spoke well of her, looked at her like she was the most scrumptious thing on the planet. He treated her like a diamond, precious. And his daughter was even more precious. I mean, he was the best when it came to love. And he loved her more than she loved herself. And he loved her even when she loved somebody else. Okay, that's the point of the King of Cups. He was so powerful in his own love that he loved her enough for the both of them. And he had faith that she would love him too, that she would get over the third party, Ashley, that she would be done and she would realize what she had in front of him, which was the best marriage you could ever have. So I feel very sad for him, very sad, because the movie didn't end well in his favor, you know? So anyways, back to your reading here. This person has thrown out what Scarlett threw out in Rhett Butler, thrown away one of the most beautiful love stories ever written, treated you like an option, like a choice, left you in volatile conflict, ongoing with your enemy, the third party, and only ever offered you a very small cup of love. Very small. You always deserved more. So I'm so glad that you've acknowledged that the only thing that's coming out of this third party is blood, pain, and suffering. That's the only thing that you're going to get. And the more you hold on to him, or the more you hold on to this love of your life, the more you're going to hurt, the more you're going to bleed. Look at the vibrant colors of this card, though. Isn't it beautiful? The gold words, how they pop out. Look at the blood. How beautiful. It looks like satin. It's so pretty. And the black and white photo is a very beautiful card. Anyways, it's just nothing but pain and suffering. So here you are, like standing up for yourself, defending yourself, knowing your worth. You've got your shield. You're ready to protect what's yours, who you love, what means something to you. You're not going to play games. So you've stepped up. You're finally getting into balance. More than anything, you know your worth. And I love that you're stepping into your new girl era, or new guy era if that's you. But this is the Nine of Pentacles, honey. This is hot. This is sexy. This is wealthy. This is beautiful. This is wise. This is experienced. This is really, stop it. This is really awesome. No. Whatever you did is no. So I need peace for this. I'm working. Yeah. So I really feel, don't grab, don't touch, don't talk.
Shut up. Daddy, out.
No, he's fine here. The last thing I want is him to leave and there be drama. So that's enough.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he just broke my door.
Sorry for the interruption, guys.
Whatever.
My kids are fighting. I have a 20-year-old and a 9-year-old, and they're both acting 5. So, back to this magician, which is you. And you may be falling in line with a Gemini energy, which is easily capable of cutting things off. This is the energy of you're putting someone out of your life. Like this is, I am judging to put you here. I'm done. But it's more than that. It's like you're punishing. There's an element of punishment with the devil. And there may be some cruel smirks, some evil laughs, some enjoyment with doing something wrong. And you're done. And whoever decided that it would be funny or it would be cute to hurt someone, to do something bad, will be punished. And that's the Judgment card. Because evil will always be punished. Always. And it may come fast or it may come slow, but it's coming. Now, I think it's coming fast because the fire, the wands are always fast. And we have 1, 2, 3, 4 wands, which means this is going to go quickly. There's some very quick karma on the way. You better not ever. And there's this public acknowledgement with the 6 of Wands, which is success, victory, and high honor. And it really means I deserve respect. I deserve respect. I deserve more. And look at this person. He's getting crowned, or knighted rather. Let me see. Let me see this image. So he's getting crowned. So he's being initiated to be the next king. I take it that's the Pope. So you're kinging up, you're leveling up, whatever it is, you're just like, I'm done, I deserve more, shame on you. And you're just like, really? You didn't know my worth? I'm about to turn my fire on. A lot of you guys are going to turn to witchcraft or, you know, some kind of form of manifestation. But you haven't dabbled in it in a while. And I think that you're about to start Ace of Wands. So within the week, and I see this powerful chant, mantra even, that is like a cord cutting. It's a releasing. It's getting rid of your tie, getting rid of your energy to this person. And really you're just saying, if you want to stay stuck, be my guest, have fun. I'm not going to stick around and help you fight your demons. Honestly, this sounds like you're getting away from your divine masculine. If you guys have any questions about your particular journey, they're $66. I'm happy to do your reading. Just go to my website and donate, or you can go to Cash App. If you want to do anything here on Super Chat, you're welcome to pay on Super Chat. Just pay about $100 because this service here takes about 40% of your payment from me. So, but you're welcome to use that format if you feel more comfortable using it. So let's see where you're at in this. It's okay to purge. These are these beautiful Divine Feminine cards that I got off Etsy. But look, and you are purging. You are getting rid of, you're cord cutting, you're shedding. Okay, the world is totally shedding. And you're just like, yes, I've made a decision. I'm done. I'm shedding my feelings. I'm shedding everything from this person. And you know what? They're going to be calling you and texting you within the week. Because I don't think things are going to go so well in Karmicville once you step away from the picture. I can recognize triggers. So you kind of see what triggered this person, but you also see what triggers you. But you're just like, I can see now very, very clearly where I've been wrong and why I stayed stuck for so long. And you can see this person's issues. You also see that they're not addressing it. You have, I'm attracting my monad, finally, now, very 9 of Pentacles, and I let go of control. And down here, I know I deserve the best. So you're just like, I'm done. I don't know why you're hanging around. I'm not hanging around anymore. Good luck. Have fun. I really just feel like that's what you're saying. That's what you're saying. I don't know why I repeated that. I hate when people repeat things, but What does your person want to tell you? Because they are going to be reaching out within a week. What is this person going to say within a week? Or what is it they want to say even right now? What does this person want to say to the Divine Feminine? Sorry, I didn't shuffle these good enough, apparently. What does this person want to say to the feminine? Okay. Healing. So I am healing pain from my past. I'm working on letting it go so I can be free and fully love you. Your love gives me hope, and as I am healing my past and my childhood trauma, I just want you to send me love and healing energy. So they're kind of whiny. They're kind of, excuse me for saying, but like, oh, I've got childhood trauma. I've got a very painful past. That's their trigger. I'm dealing with it. I hope you still love me. I hope you send me love. Very whiny. And I don't see that you're going to respond to this like you usually do. They're even going to say here, bottom of the deck, I'm sorry. So I'm sorry for the pain that I've caused you. I'm sorry I wasn't there when you needed me the most. I wanted to be there to comfort you, but I was afraid of letting you down. So they're using a lot of excuses here. Mostly it's probably true, but it doesn't really matter because you're at this place where you've been hurt. You're realizing that you have needs. And all you've been doing is coddling them, laying their head on your lap, comforting them in their needs and their healing. And where's your comfort? So you're just like, well, I'm sorry that you're still going through it. I'm sorry that you still have childhood wounds. I'm sorry that you have more triggers and you're healing. Good luck with it. I am stepping away. So you're kind of just pushing away your masculine, honestly, which is a lot like the thumbnail I picked, which to me just represented a strong, powerful, divine feminine, very Kali. That's why I picked the image. I'm like, oh, she's powerful. But I can see now how you're kind of stepping in that era where you're just like, yeah, I am powerful and I don't need to stick around with someone that doesn't give me much of what I need. All you've been given is a page. Page of Cups, Page of Swords. A little bit of conversation, a little bit of affection. That is not nearly enough to satisfy an Empress and the Divine Feminine. Not nearly enough. Nope. There you are again, King of Wands. He's come out twice now, as you know. There he is. Okay. Let's put him up here. This is you. This is your Leo energy. What's going on in the zodiac sign of Leo? The Sun and Ketu are in Leo right now. Ironically, Ketu represents release, letting go and cutting off, getting rid of and emptying. It's dramatic release. And the Sun usually bows to Leo when he ends up in Ketu's energy around Ketu and Leo. So there is this Sun bowing, this king bowing to Ketu, which is spirituality, belief systems, faith, and just dramatic release. And so this is an ego death. The slaying of a dragon, the slaying of ego, the killing of ego. And I think your divine masculine's ego will be slayed. And I think you found your power. The Sun coming into Leo is just, I feel this dramatic release of burdens and a deep dive into spiritual awakening and personal healing. This King of Wands knows what he wants, knows what he deserves, knows his value. Yeah, Knight of Pentacles. I know my value. I know how long I've deserved that value and respect. I know how long I've been loyal and how I deserve that loyalty. I'm done. Three Swords reverse. Healed. Over it. I don't even want to talk about it. Knight of Swords in the reverse. I don't need a message. I don't need your delivery. I already know. This is a lot of I already know. So, let's see what era you just stepped into. My gosh. Spirit, what era did the Divine Feminine just step into? Show me. Show me in the cards the truth of this Divine Feminine energy. Here we go. Bottom of the deck. The base for your situation is a deep knowing. This is the bottom line. The bottom line is I have a deep knowing of what I'm worth and what I will not ever do again. Just a deep knowing of who you are and your BS. Thank you, KB. Thank you for coming in. I love you. Bless you. Wow, the card that came out for you is Between Worlds. Flamingos may have some significance in your life right now if you've seen a flamingo lately, or there's just some symbology with the flamingo to you. I do know, I remember recalling some information about flamingos, that when they are in their Empress energy, when they are taking care of young and bringing life, their bright pink plumage turns to a very pale pink. Their body's depleted of color, and they can't produce the bright pink flowers, or feathers, excuse me. So that's just in that time frame where they're nurturing, where they're giving. And I do feel there was a time for you where you were nurturing and giving and sacrificing, and you were in your mom era, or you were in your giving and healing Empress vibe kind of feminine era. Well, your plumage got very dull. Your vibrancy, your beauty, your body, your health, your spiritual walk, it all got very dull because you were just giving so much of yourself away. Now you're stepping in to your light. You're stepping into your feminine era where I think you're going to be very, very brightly colored, meaning you're going to be very, very beautiful. Your body's going to be on fleek. Your face, your skin, your work, your house, your spiritual journey. Let's just not even say work, because you don't have to work very hard to get money. Your money's just going to be on fleek. Like you're stepping into a new era where things are not going to be dull, dingy, dark, painful, and in suffering. You're stepping into something new. So that's what I kind of feel with this Between Worlds card. And that is your deep knowing that you deserve much, much more. And the moon has been talking to you so much lately. And if you've been doing some moon bathing, even better. So let's, oh, and the threes are going to be prominent for you. You got 43 and the number 3. Okay. Get a drink real quick. So the essential meaning of the Between Worlds card is transitions. Not being quite out of one situation yet and fully engaged into another. You're temporarily in a situation in no man's land, and there might be some temporary blindness. The Oracle's message is Between Worlds is where you must let go of the tendency to make assumptions. This is a time when you are unable to see what is ahead. Cultivate curiosity and trust the process of change and the growth that you're having. You are done learning lessons of recent experiences. That's a big one. See the world card? Yeah. You are absolutely done of learning that lesson of your recent experience with your masculine. In this place, you are between what was and what will be. You're in a state of limbo, in a state of making and unmaking and making again. What is essential right now, feminine, is to admit not knowing. You didn't know what you were doing then. You don't know where you're going. You're just in this energy of tell me, feed me, help me with spirit. There is a great freedom and power being unleashed, this letting go of control. A mystery is not yours to understand, weaves the web of life. Bless you again. Within a divine matrix of consciousness, greater than your own thoughts, feelings, beliefs, desires, and decisions. The seeds that were planted in the past, they begin to take root. But what surfaces will probably not be what you expect. Shockingly. So when you are between worlds, you are invited to see with the curious eyes of a child glimpsing at a rainbow for the first time. Do so and you will not be disappointed. Now in a relationship, this is a time to explore the new energy between you and another person. Okay, so new energy between you and them. It is not a moment for certainty between you guys, rather more of a discovery and a curiosity. You don't yet know if this is going to last forever, so allow yourself to explore who you are and what is reflected back to you. This relationship is supposed to educate you. That's why you met him. That's why you were with him. And if it's a her, you know how to fill in the blank. What values are most important to you right now because of what you found out? That's thanks to this education. What do you need? What do you dislike? You are in a critical phase of your relationship, and it does not need to be dismissed or rushed and hurried. You are at a place where you're discovering your worth and what you will go seek and what you will throw away, basically. So I like that you're in this vibe. I'm sure you do too. And this is like, you're done with the lesson. It doesn't mean you're done with him or her, but you are done with the lesson. You are done with, thank God, you are done with karmic third-party ties. You are finished. You learned your lesson. Hello, this is an award, a graduation, 6 of Wands. High honor and respect. You got your crown. You did it. You walked through it. It was painful and it sucked probably. 3 of Swords is not something to be played with. You went through some severe pain. And you walked through it like a champion. Knight of Pentacles. You went through this like a hero, just from start to finish. It took years, but you were able to do it. I'm just so proud of you in your King of Wands era. You're not playing around. You're very much manifesting the newness. So when it comes to your money, because that's really important, let's look at this. In your work, sometimes you try things that have worked for other people. I know I'm guilty of it. I try things on this channel and I've questioned. I'm like, why am I doing it? Just because it works for other people doesn't mean it's going to work for me. But we try it. We try it anyways. The trodden path. But in your work, feminine, you've tried things that have worked for others, hoping that you too will be successful from it. When this card appears, though, it reminds you that sometimes the path to prosperity for you is a gamble. You might win or lose, and you can learn much from what comes from this wager. It's a good time to see what's best for you and your skills and your talents and make bets on that. Play in a different arena. Remain curious, and with the right combination and the timing and the luck, you will stumble upon something golden that will be unlike anything you've known before. So it looks like you're going to step into a new way of work, a new way of making money, maybe a new social media platform, maybe a new way of doing it, whatever. In the warning message, because we all have a warning, be mindful of your expectations at this time. Please don't go looking for a guarantee. Things will not always go exactly as you wanted, and they're going to be dictated in that way. Let go and see what Spirit has in store. What takes hold in your life will be better than you can imagine. And just like that, my room was really lit up from the sun, and now it's dark. Stepping into two worlds. Turn the light on. Okay. So that is the era. I'm just so happy for you. Like, this is a time for you just to like, wow, oh my God, you came so far. Take a break, relax, embrace what it feels like to not be crying, what it feels like to not be emotional over your person, to actually let go and be free and powerful. Like, you're literally powerful, and just kind of sit in this energy and this vibe and stop that. And just, sorry, it's the water. Just feel what that feels like. So with the deep knowing, let's take a look at that. Your intuition is on fleek. Listening to the oracle within, you're dealing with a lot of empathy and hypersensitivity. Intuition is the faculty that allows you to enter into a conversation with Spirit. Something you can be a part of, but you can't see or touch. It's perplexing to a lot of people. A lot of people are actually taught to ignore their intuition. And there's a key to intuition if it's subtle and quick and quiet and just very unnoticeable. It's just very, very swift. That's your intuition. If it brings anxiety, stress, that is definitely not your intuition. That's worry, pessimism. So don't ignore this natural capacity to navigate through your own journey with your intuition, to access your inner guidance. Know that you do have an ability to read between the lines and find all the truth that was missing when the story was told. I got goosebumps. When you've spent years in this relationship and your intuition was telling you so many things, and every time you asked them or questioned them and they denied it or made it sound like you're totally off, you were actually very right. And I'm not talking about your anxiety. I mean, you literally had assumptions that were correct. And they literally told you you're wrong, but you were right. And I want you to know that you have a very strong ability to read between what they're saying, because you tune into their emotions, you tune into their thoughts, their frequency. And being a twin flame, it's very, very on point. So this deep knowing has allowed you to open the door to your wisdom, and it's been far more psychic and far more greater than you've ever thought. You were given information that made no sense sometimes, but it was 100% correct and true. And you are now definitely invited to continue your little dialogue, your conversation with Spirit, in your deep knowing, in your intuition, and your psychic abilities. And it's saying, trust your vibes. They will be right. Ask and you will receive the right answers. In a relationship, what this bottom line means, as far as between you and your person, there are occasions when you just know, deep in your heart, deep in your soul, that a person is going to play a meaningful role in your life. Someone crosses your path, and suddenly, out of the blue, you're connected at the most deep level you can ever describe. This feeling marks a moment in time, and it's etched into your soul. You know that moment when you met this person, and you know that it was different. So when they entered your life, they've been playing a very instrumental part of your journey. Just pay attention to why. Two hearts are calling each other, and when they do, they begin an alchemical process. This is also a sign that your intuition about the person you care about is correct. Trust your heart. The magic is about to happen. So you've been right about this person, and they can deny it. They can't look you in the eye, though. And I feel like the last time you spoke to them, they couldn't look you in the eye very much. But when it comes to your money, the bottom line, also like the bottom line with your financial situation, this is a time when your hunches will pay off. I need you to listen to your intuition about money. Take the risk and act. Within you, there's like a consciousness, a compass, a deep knowing that transcends normal mechanisms of the smaller thinking mind. And at a very deep level, you have an access point to genius. Like when to invest, when to pull out, when to put an ad out, when not to, things like that. So you have a very gifted intuition about money. Maybe even gambling a little. But even the energies of great thinkers and creators and inventors and leaders, they all leaped into success because they were able to tune in to the act and the art of listening to themselves. They were able to get past the busy mind and into their truth. So you are in control of your career and how you make money. I wouldn't take a lot of advice from a lot of people right now. I would listen to you. In a protection message, your warning. Bottom line, you are in empathy overload, and you need to get grounded again. So stay tuned and tune out from other people's drama. You might be hypersensitive and suffering from like psychic exhaustion. The signals of time for recharging your batteries have been blaring off for a little while now. Set energetic boundaries. Take a salt bath, empty your mind, get back to you. It's not time to be too open. Soon enough, you can let your guard down. Right now, you need to do some self-care. And say no thank you to anyone in your life that wants to exhaust you and drain you. Won't that feel good? Hey, April, starting the video from the beginning. He texted, I replied, telling him to leave me out of their personal problems. I blocked him from all socials. I said enough. He's been in and out 11 years. Wow, April, well, this is your reading. Look at this girl. Knight of Pentacles, it's been definitely a long time. Judgment, very long time. But I even see in here how, April, you have cut it off. World card, Tower. And it's a tower to them too. I know this is a tower to you, but this is a tower to them because they have to deal with it. They have to deal with you taking your protection off of them. Your psychic protection. your energy being pulled back, pulled away from them. They've been so comfortable in your forgiveness, guys, as feminines in plural. And I'm not just speaking April. But guys, they have been so comfortable in the divine feminine's healing, empathic energy. They've been able to take their time and heal and grow and deal with their karma. And you've been such a comfort. And they may not even realize it. They may not even realize the gift you've given them, the gift of friendship, the gift of an ear when they needed to talk to someone, the gift of a hug when they needed it, the gift of a kiss when they needed it, the gift of money when they needed it, the gift of just companionship when they've needed it. They took advantage of that. They did not appreciate that. Even this cocky energy of, hey, send me more healing energy is very, keep it coming, keep it coming. Like, I don't want you to step away. Keep giving me what you've been giving me. And you're just like, well, surprise, surprise, I will not continue to give you any of that. Because you're like, you know what? I've just been hurt over and over again with you. 3 of Swords. I've been dragged into the drama, to the mess, with the devil, with you. And you're just like, you know what? I've stayed too long. And this is you texting them, I'm done. Or blocking them. Page of Swords. A lot of you who are watching me are in this energy and you have stepped up. If you're watching me and you don't feel like you're in that energy, that's okay. You may not be resonating with this reading. But there's a lot of Pisces energy here. A lot of Leo energy here. A lot of Gemini. Show me the divine feminine, please. Show me the feminine energy. Give your relationship a chance. Work on your partnership. This is a message from the romance angels, meaning this relationship could be healed. It could be. It could be severed. They have to work on this. This is not you. They're the ones that didn't give your relationship a chance. They're the ones that maybe they did give you a chance, but it was very small breadcrumbs that they gave you. You know, they hung on to you, giving this a chance to grow, but they didn't feed it. Bottom of the deck is love yourself first. Your self-respect is going to make you so much more romantically attractive to them, but more than that, energetically attractive. Because what has been the issue? Right? What's been the issue? Why, when you're in this relationship and you're there for them every day, and you've struggled in this devilship, why did it not work out for you? Why was there always this third-party energy lingering around, hanging around, just, you know, you're like, why? Well, we're going to get an answer. Why, Spirit? And what has been the problem? Okay, well, we got 2, so we're going to go with it. One problem is manifesting miracles. Your dream was supposed to become reality. You were supposed to trust your heart and watch it and grow with guidance. There might have been some discouragement. The problem may have been you quit manifesting. You kind of got stuck, wrapped up in the drama. Just, you kind of forgot about your magical, mystical wisdom, your powers of manifestation. That could have been a lot of the issues. Another one is acceptance. You couldn't accept something. Okay, because here it says acceptance is key to inner peace. And at times we must accept things as they are. There's no point in trying to change that which is beyond our control. I take that for a little bit more literal than what it's saying to you, just flat out from the card. I feel that you accepted that this third party was in the picture, and you kind of manifested them to hang around even longer. It's very difficult to accept a situation for what it is, but also keep manifesting more. Versus, I accept that this person is in the picture, and it's not going to change. They're here for good. And I'm just stuck. I'm in it. There's a very big difference. You see how that is? Now, there's a story of a girl that was seeing somebody in a relationship, and I don't agree with her on it, but she accepted that he was basically married. He wasn't legally married, but he was basically. He had children that were almost grown, and he had been living with her for like over 15 years. And she worked with him. And so when they started messing around or whatever, she accepted that that was his situation. She knew, like, okay, well, he's not somebody else. This is what's going on in his life. I can't pretend that I don't see what I see and I don't hear what I hear. Like, I can't pretend that. That's what's going on. But I want more. So she started manifesting more. And he was in an unhappy relationship for whatever reason, but she ended up manifesting him to be with her. And he ended up leaving the woman he was with for so many years, leaving his kids and the home, and moving in with her. They got their own place, actually, and they stayed together for, I don't know, they could still be together for all I know. I really don't know. But the last time I checked in, they were together for like 6 years at the time. So it wasn't some quick fling. It was a lot longer than that. And that's what I mean by accepting that it is what it is, but I'm still manifesting more. And so where you might have gone wrong in this situation is you've accepted something is the way it was, and you just didn't. You quit. You quit looking for more. You just kind of saw it for what it was and said, this is what it is. You know, it's kind of that old saying, well, he's with her, so, you know, he's never going to leave her. He doesn't want to break her heart. It is what it is. I guess I'll just hear from him like I always do on his way to work or when he's off work, or, you know, I guess I'll just hear from him whenever. Like, that's just the way it is. You see, that's acceptance without manifestation versus, oh, well, he's still tied up in that situation. I can see that. So I'm going to start doing some candle magic. I'm going to start doing some cord cutting. I'm going to start doing some rituals. I'm going to start doing some mantras, some chants. I'm going to start a class or whatever. Like, I'm going to go do something to change this, because that's not the energy I want to be in. So I almost think this acceptance is acknowledging. It's like a nod to the truth, an acknowledgement. But yeah, and I don't know, I just feel like where you've gone wrong in this situation is honestly you just kind of fell into this pattern. And I do see it with the devil. You fell into a pattern with this person who fooled you and told you lies. And I think this person tricked you into sticking around longer than you would have. And you felt kind of very chained to this person. Maybe it was, you know, emotional, maybe it was financial, maybe it was children, I don't know. But you felt somehow indebted to this person and you couldn't leave, even maybe when you thought you should. So they kind of kept you trapped. And they even got you trapped into this third-party situation. And I don't think you had any intention to stay trapped. Maybe some of you guys were here first. Maybe they were cheating on you and you were just like, God, am I ever going to get rid of this third party? I don't know. I don't know what situation you're in, but I do get this energy where it was trickery, it was karmic, and they were just keeping you stuck into something you didn't even originally sign up for. And on top of that, they made promises, a lot of promises to you that they never kept. And it's like they never brought it up again. You ever meet someone who really makes a promise and they never bring it up again? It's like, oh, you know, we're not going to talk about the elephant in the room. So I feel like that's this tower. You're just like, I'm done. Now, I do think this kind of came as a surprise to you. The lightning, you know, the storming. The tower leaves an imprint on your life forever. And when lightning strikes the tower and it leaves its occupants with no other choice but to jump out into some hopeful circumstance, it's a liberating experience. And sometimes it's not something you would feel immediately, but it's about having little or no control. And it's a change that has to happen, even if it feels scary. So when the tower appears in your reading, it's a concept that's something very unexpected and something very shocking and painful is about to change. And it's a very dramatic revelation. Like it's a very lights turned on wake up call moment. And if this person has been holding on to a defense mechanism and trying to control you and everything around him or her with this third party, they're no longer in control of it. They literally can't. They're not allowed to do it. And it's a time to adapt to a new way of living. And embracing the change may feel like chaos, but it's always for the better. And right now you may be shocked and in pain. And perhaps it's them. Perhaps they're crying over you. Perhaps they're completely distraught. They are shocked over what's happened. Doesn't matter. They're going to reach out to you, but the line's going to be blank on the other end. You're done playing their games, and when they do reach out to you with their little tiny page of cups, you're going to say, I'm not interested in the past. Now, the Ace of Wands is a little bit more exciting, and it's just like, okay, well, we chose a wand, magician, bottom of the deck, remember? We chose a wand, and let's go with it. Let's create something brand new. Well, what is that going to be? What does that even look like? You know, the Ace of Wands is extremely powerful, and it brings an edge, and it brings adventure. It's literally a new lease on life. And it's exciting. And it hands you fresh new ideas. And it symbolizes springtime. It's an energy of possibility and growth. The phoenix rising, even, if you will. And it's a time to be fearless. It's about going after some goals. And it's like all those creative juices are flowing. The excitement is here. And when it shows up in your reading, it's an inspiration to carry out some new plan, some new beginning. It's a fresh start wrapped up in excitement and passion. And as you start to dive into this exciting new you, just know that you're going to be very attractive. And even a new love affair, a new passion for life is going to come to life. Like, you may attract people you didn't ever know you would attract. So be careful. There's a warning there. You don't want to attract more Knight of Wands because you look so good because you're on such a big high energy. Be careful about that. But with the Knight of Wands reversed, don't be too impulsive. Don't get in your own way. Love can come in just as fast. Love can come in and leave just as fast as it arrived. There could be a lack of follow-through. Something or someone could be unreliable. And someone could be too self-absorbed that he burns things in his wake. So be careful you don't become that person, or you don't meet somebody else like that. You know, just be careful what you're attracting. I know you're attracting your monad. You're all of who you are, but this is, you know, pride comes before the fall. You know that. So don't become too prideful. Don't become too into yourself. Stay open. I'm getting very drained in this reading. I think it's very honest. All right, so that's what we have going on. Let's see. That's what's going on with you. And that has a lot to do with your relationship, but let's take a look at what's going on with your money. And like I said, they're coming back. They're going to reach out because you're looking hot and attractive and you're just getting a whole new vibe. You're becoming the best version of your best self. You're going to be very, 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 very hot, very, very attractive, energetically and physically. A lot of people are going to be turning their heads towards you. I definitely get the feeling of the Phoenix rising and you pushing away your masculine, like not interested. Just be careful, you know what I mean? All right, let's take a look at this money. Spirit, what is coming in for the divine feminine energy with money? Marriage, commitment, contracts, Knight of Cups, Nine of Wands in the reverse, unconditional love. I think you're finally going to be getting some help. Okay, I feel like you've been at the dark night of the soul for a while. You've been suffering and in the financial pits of despair. Bottom line, you've been hurting, or money has just not been great. You've been focusing on your health, debts. There's a whole new invigorating energy that's coming in to fix that. I don't think you have to worry anymore. You're well rested and you're ready for a restart. Okay? And I feel like what you thought you lost, the security you thought you lost, it's being cleansed for a whole new beginning, and you're going to be able to get what you want, or what you've been seeking, what you've been after, Knight of Pentacles. So I think you are going to get some sense of security back. Okay, so there's a contract coming up within a month, so within 30 days, and you don't have to defend yourself. You don't have to go to bat for yourself. You don't have to stand your ground and suffer any longer. It's finally ending, and there's some peace, this unconditional love, this mothering energy is just like relief. And it's like you don't have to work so hard for it. It's coming in. Let's get another look at what this means financially. King of Swords, it's definitely a paper to be signed and a contract about moving forward. The secrets you thought you were going to expose about money or about some financial situation, you're not going to have to. Okay? And I'm hearing what's dead is dead. What's gone is gone. You get this partnership, lovers and unconditional love. So you're going to definitely join somebody on a money investment or a money blessing. I definitely feel a money blessing is here. Something you've been patient for, something you've been waiting on financially is about to pay off. Tower Devil again for you. Whoever had control over your finances and control over your money, be it the government, be it some terrible ex, be it a terrible boss, you're done. You've waited a very long time. You've been very patient, and it's about to pay off. You don't have to fight for it. You don't have to go do anything for you. This is all karmic blessings. It's coming to you because you deserve it. And there is going to be a contract to be signed, and it's finally over. The money struggle is over. You're finally going to be able to move forward in 30 days. Whatever you thought you had on someone to use as leverage to get what was rightfully yours, you don't have to. It's going to be given to you. And peace and harmony is going to be restored. You might get a big payday on September 7th. Yep, your house is going to be restored. Your security is going to be restored. Balance is restored. Okay, there's that contract with the Hierophant, a promise, a belief, faith, Ace of Swords, the pen, the signature, and Five of Pentacles, again, coming out, this time upside down, saying you're not going to have to worry about your financial stress. Financial stress is over. 10 of Wands in reverse, 9 of Wands in reverse, 8 of Wands in the upright, 6 of Cups in the upright, Magician in the upright, and Page of Swords at the bottom of the deck with the King of Cups. Ultimate happiness, financial freedom, financial payoff. Wow, you're really going to be getting paid off financially. Or like there's something very good coming to you with money. Again, within 30 days by September 7th. That's what's coming in. Let's get an animal oracle about your money and just see what the animals want to say. Spirit, what's going to be coming in for money for the Divine Feminine? If you guys have been wanting to sign a contract on a house, this is a yes. You're going to sign a contract on a house. It's a blessing. This is good news. I don't see bad news, okay? This contract is good news for money. The Electric Eel Spirit. Bring your ideas to life. You're finally going to have the money and the funds you've needed to start a new business. Okay? So there's like, or even spark a new way to bring in new money. But there is this beautiful energy within a month where things are going to go, oh, wow, are they going to go well? Guess where I opened the book? I literally just opened it onto this page. That's incredible. That's always when I'm on point and it's exactly right. So yeah, you're absolutely going to be able to spark your idea into life, bring more money in. Something that's been held back from you financially is going to have a breakthrough. And that is the Tower card. There's a huge financial breakthrough on the Devil, the karma, and the restriction that's been held against you. You're going to break through that barrier. So seemingly out of nowhere, a jolt of electric eel spirit appears to awaken you to a big idea in what you're meant to have in life. An epiphany, an aha moment. It's going to be gifted to you. Your life is about to show you the potential, and it's going to be giving you a profound transformation. Inspiration arises inside you, electrifying you so that you can't wait to get started with this new life, because money is finally coming to you. You're meant to be set free. You're going to go on a new path. So don't be afraid. Do not fear the change that is coming. Spirit wants to shower you with love, success, and abundance. Okay, so this is a very thrilling time. This is a wondrous sign for you today that money's coming in. Now, in the protection message, there's some ideas that rarely come into form. Maybe you've quickly dismissed an idea that could have been something great. Have you rushed to follow the muse without taking the time to contemplate what it would take to have that house or run that business? So it wants you to go for it, but know what it entails. Maybe your big idea is taking more time to shape, but make sure you have the endurance. You are meant to have this, but there's a process, and it doesn't want you to dismiss the process. Okay? And I'm going to leave you with, let's get one of these ones. Don't really know what this is called, but we're going to take it. The heart chakra. This is the time to get your priorities straight. We have possessions in the heart, belongings, finances, assets, and treasures, self-worth. You're going to be healing your heart chakra right now, and it's just the biggest moment of your life to do it. Self-worth is a movement, and you're finally able to move into it. So you're set free, and you finally can start feeling worth it. And 77 minutes on the clock. That's beautiful. Divine Feminine, there you go. This is your reading. Good luck with healing your heart chakra. And congratulations on your financial victory. And I'm so glad that you're able to step away from a very painful situation with your divine partner that's been holding you back. I'm proud that you're able to go forward and not be stuck anymore. I'm going to leave you with a fortune cookie just to say what is on your way out the door. And I'll see you later. I'm going to do the Ellen and Peaches. I'm going to do your reading later tonight. I feel drained after this reading, really drained. I think I was really in it. And all of these words were so true. So that's why. But I need to take a break. So let's get your fortune cookie. Brace yourself. This is divinely guided. No stopping this train. All right, so everything that's happening here, it's going to happen whether you like it or not. And that's that tower. So brace yourself, okay? Everything that's unfolding, your intuition already told you it's coming. Thank you, Divine Feminine, for watching me. I love you. I hope I see you again soon. And have a blessed, beautiful night. If you have any questions you want answered, anything at all, like what's going on with them and their third party, what's going to happen on Thursday? What is it that you need to do in your life? If you have any questions, please go ahead and donate that to my website or through Cash App. It's $66, and you don't have to be there. Just give me your question, and I'll do your reading, and you'll have it, okay? But I'm going to come back probably in about 4 to 5 hours and do the collective questions for my members, okay? And if you paid up by then, your reading will be done as well. Thank you so much, guys. I love you. And don't forget, if you purchase my tarot, you get that free, okay? So I'll see you later. Love you guys.